Hello everyone and welcome. This is my creation of Rapunzel's Tower done in Sims 3, and I also did Rapunzel the character. I created a cast for her, an actual sim. If you're interested in that one, I will link the video to the creation of Rapunzel down in the description for you. And it's this video ended up being a total of, even after I sped it up 7 times, it ended up being 53 minutes, I think, pretty close to 53 minutes. It wouldn't have been that long, but I ended up completely changing the way I had the stairs and everything going for this build. And because of that, after I had spent so much time putting the stairs down, and I even went through and started doing the floor plan and everything for this build, and I realized, you know what, I really didn't like them stairs. They took up way too much room. Sorry about that, the phone was ringing. Well, anyway, back to what I was saying about them stairs. They had taken up a lot of room by the time I had put them in, and I decided to go ahead and take them out and use those circular stairs. So the first half of this video is, of course, going to be all the building of this tower, and of course, and everything. I do get to some of the decorating. I probably could have taken out, you know, majority of this, edit it and everything to where it wasn't quite so long, since I completely changed the way I was doing the tower. But I feel if I'm going to show you how I created something, then I should also show you how I got, you know, what I did, my process and everything else on what I'm doing with the build. So for me, even though it added a lot of extra time because I took the time with them stairs and then took the time to change them, because of that reason, I've just felt that they should still be in. So that is why this ends up being a 2-part video, because I did not edit any of it out. Now I went off of a picture that I had found online for this tower, and of course, with those pictures and everything, you know, I wasn't really too sure. Of course, a tower is a whole lot taller, but you can't go any more than 4 levels in The Sims 4, or I mean, sorry about that, The Sims 3. I believe in Sims 4 has a limit too, but I'm not really too sure. So, but I'm pretty sure that has also a limit. But in this one, you know, that's 4 levels. So I tried, you know, to, you know, hopefully, you know, it looks tall enough. And then I was trying to find, the way the tower is in the movie is it's a little bit more kind of yucky down below at the bottom, and then gets nicer the closer to the top of the tower, is kind of what I was trying to do. So it takes me a little while trying to figure out what kind of patterns I wanted to use. I do end up figuring one out that I end up being satisfied with anyway. I wanted to use these ones that looked like it had a little bit of that moss or dirt and grime or whatever it is on the walls, but I don't think I go with that one. I just couldn't seem to get it. I can't quite remember. You know, I just did this build, believe it or not, just a couple weeks ago. So I was so excited about this one. I went ahead and put it in early on my videos. Instead of putting it in line with the other ones, I decided to go ahead and jump this one forward. So I had actually just created this one a couple weeks ago. I've been so busy with all the other videos, I'm just now starting to get around to doing the commentary for it. But anyway, basically my storyline with this lot is this takes place after Rapunzel moves out of the tower and into the castle with Flynn Rider, or I guess his name is Eugene something or another. I can't remember what his last name is. I do use his last name, of course, when I create Rapunzel. So, well, anyway, this takes place after, and basically what I was thinking with it was after she moved out, you know, the tower sat empty for a little while, and then I thought, you know what? Why don't a family moves in and completely remodels the tower? You know, it's been sitting there empty, and so they take over the tower. And basically, back in the time of Rapunzel, of course, there was no electricity. So I didn't want this to take place too early because, of course, we do want things like refrigerators, obviously, and you know, maybe a TV and a few things like that. And so basically, this takes place. The remodel of the tower, anyway, is after we have electricity. Now, there's not as many outlets, I guess you could say, in this tower. Not very many, as a lot of your old houses had. They were lucky to get maybe one or two in a room. So basically, I was thinking of it having, you know, it's all lit up in candlelight. So, you know, they don't have too much electricity, just enough. They have enough to be able to run some of their appliances and get a TV in. And they do have indoor plumbing, thank goodness. But other than that, that's about all they have for electricity, as I was figuring anyway. So it's all done in candlelight. And here you can see I'm messing with these stairs. And even though I spent a long time doing these stairs, I was still never fully satisfied with them. I kind of wanted to make it look like when you were going up the tower, like it was kind of like a curved stair. You had to go up and then turn and go up another flight, kind of like what you see in the stairwells of really big hotels and things like that. But like I said, I wasn't very happy with it. They took up so much room. I even start trying to decorate it, and that's when I decide to say, heck with this idea, I hate it, and end up changing it altogether is when I start decorating. I believe when I start doing the kitchen is when I decide that I'm not gonna have the stairs like this. So basically this is Rapunzel's tower after she moves out, and it gets remodeled a little bit. So you can have a family. It's actually ends up being quite big. Actually, I use all the floors of this tower. So instead of having a really tall stairwell area with really nothing in it, we go and they remodeled it to where every floor is part of the house. And you'll see, you know, actually you won't actually see how it gets done until you watch part two. Part two will actually show you, well, no, yeah, it is. Never, I'm sorry, my bad. I just got done editing this and figuring out where I was going to cut the video in half at. And yes, you do see the layout right towards the end of this video here. It does go into some of the furnishings as well. Now the top of the tower has been lowered. The ceiling was lowered 4 stairs. Sims can walk through if you lower a ceiling down 4 stairs. So that'd be like if you were to put on the cheat constrained floor elevation and false, that would be putting in one set of stairs, and there's usually like 4 of them. And you go down any more than that and the Sims can't walk in the room. So the tower portion is a little bit lower, and then the little turret part is actually full height. I thought that created the look for her tower much nicer. Now in the movie, the little turret area, I believe in the movie is her bedroom, and the tower is actually all open, and it goes all the way up into the ceiling area where she does all of her paintings and everything like that. But of course in The Sims 3 we can't really quite do that. That wouldn't have really been possible. So that's why I'm having this take place after she moves out and someone else comes in and remodels it instead. And here in the front, this window that I'm trying to put in here is actually the window where pulls her hair, or drops her hair down from. In the movie, you'll see this is the window, that one underneath the, I don't know if that would be, it's not really called an awning. I'm not sure what that would be called exactly, the part of the roof there that sticks out. But that's where she lays her hair out for, her, I'm not, well, she calls her mother. We know that's not her real mother, but that's where she climbs up to the tower, and where Flynn Rider climbs through as well. He comes in through that window. But they didn't have a nice big window that looked like it would be open. So I just went with a basic window. So nothing too fancy. And here I'm just trying to figure out, they have a few lights in the game that or not lights, I'm sorry. I'm getting my words all messed up today. They have a few windows that do sit a little high or in the right area for, you can put in if you lower the roof or the ceiling part. I just wanted a little bit of natural light to come into that room. So that's why that window is there. And here I'm just, like I said, I tried doing the floor plan, and here is where I'm doing the kitchen. I start working on this, and I've done small, cramped, itty bitty little spaces before, and I do get them to work. But in this case, it just wasn't happening. I wasn't happy with it. So I'm not sure exactly where. It should be coming up here pretty soon, where I decide to say heck with this. This idea sucks. I don't like this floor plan. And I just completely just start deleting everything. As you can see, I'm still trying to see if I can get it to figure it out. Just still trying. I really want, was persistent trying to get this to work, and as you can see, well, it doesn't. So I'm not really too sure. It should be here pretty soon, I would think. I'm not sure how far I go before I decide to say heck with it, because I'm not happy with this. I wasn't happy with this when I was building it. I wasn't happy with the decorating of it. It should be here pretty soon. I believe right after I change the wallpaper on this one is where I decide to say heck with it and scratch this idea and move on to something else. And I really like the way it turned out much better. Yes, here it is. That was a small cut, but that's just because when I came back to the build, I didn't have the camera positioned quite right, but you didn't miss anything. I didn't do anything in between that. So here I decide I'm going to go ahead and use the circular stairs. In fact, I even end up changing the lower stairs to a ladder. I'm not really too sure. I don't remember why I was doing this. There was something happening. Oh, I remember the stairs weren't wanting to go in right. And I wasn't too sure why that was exactly. And then I finally figured out, it would have been a whole lot easier. You'll see, I'll do it here in a minute, here in a few seconds here, where I finally thought, oh duh, if I would just stick a wall in the center of the room, that would have raised it to the proper height. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I couldn't figure out, it's like, why would the ladder go in, but not the circular stairs? That, for me, wasn't making any sense. But I find out later that ladder actually didn't work. I do all of this work, and that ladder actually does not work. And I have to go back and fix it. And as you can see, I have my little dude out there. He's standing in the side of the yard there. He's my tester to make sure everything works. I wanted to make sure that the Sims could get through everywhere. And you'll see me test a little bit. Like I said, I don't cut anything out. So you'll see me go through and send him through the house and just see if what I'm doing works. And here I thought it was a height issue happening again on why the stairs and stuff wasn't working. It turns out all I had to really do was change I believe it was this very top portion here, and then it worked. I have no idea why I didn't think of it before. But it all ends up working all in the end. I get everything figured out. So, in fact, I even end up doing just a bunch of, undos just so I didn't have to redo this roof again because for some reason it didn't seem to look right the second time. As you right there, I just did undo. I just said heck with it. It was where I wanted it the first time. So we just did that, and then here I am changing, the floor back or the ceiling again, the way it was prior. So, these, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. You would think with that, I just got done doing this house not that long ago, that I'd remember exactly what I was doing. But once I get done with the build, I just kind of forget what I done. And then, I remember it, and I remember how it looks and what I had done, but that's really about it. I don't really remember what any problems that I had. So, I'm just going through, just trying to see if I can get more living space in some way or another, make the rooms look a little bit nicer and not such sharp corners and things like that. So, I'm not sure when I end up, oh, right here, I remember that darn ladder, for some reason, it put a floor tile or whatever over it, and then I couldn't get rid of it. As you can see, here I am. I'm trying and I'm trying to delete it. I have no idea what happened. So I end up I end up getting it taken care of. As you can see, it's finally gone. So, and it wouldn't have done that if the ladder, I believe if the ladder was positioned properly. And since at this time I did not know that the ladder didn't work, your sim will even walk up. It's weird. The sim doesn't even say he can't do it. He actually climbs the ladder. So it confused me at first, but because of that reason, that's why if you're not careful, that floor, the wood floor there or anything that you're using will actually cover the whole of the ladder. So that was kind of new to me. I didn't realize that at the time. I don't use ladders and spiral staircases too often. So, and right here I'm trying to figure out why can't I put this on top? It will go nowhere. There was a lot of, see, this is what happens when you use constrained floor I cannot talk. When you use the floor leveling cheat, we'll just call it that since I can't talk today. It messes everything up, and since I had done that for the top of the tower, it had all this all messed up. And the stairs end up going right there. I'm okay with where they are. They do end up looking good. This is the upstairs. It actually has 2 bedrooms and a master ensuite bathroom. That little turret that in the movie is actually Rapunzel's bedroom. I actually create it to be a bathroom. So you have an ensuite bathroom to the master bedroom. So that's nice. And the other room will just be like a child's room of some sort, whether it's I'm not sure, I think it's either a teenager or a child's room. I can't remember if I put toys in there or not. So here I am testing it. As you can see, he climbs the stairs, but then he can't move. And at the angle that I didn't realize his feet are inside the floor. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. Like he could go down them, but then right there I just noticed, you see his feet are in the floor. I didn't notice that at first, and that's when I realized that ladder was all screwed up. And here, as you can see, when I realized, just put a wall inside the room, that'll fix the leveling issue. So then I went back through and I had to fix everything, all of the floors, and of course your windows and everything always go funny when you do that. They stick funny. I don't know what they do. But now, of course, the ladder and everything works. I'm able to put all my stairs back where I had them, so that was nice. I didn't have to do quite as much. But I noticed right here, as you can see, I had a little bit sticking out again, some of the wall. So I have to go through and, of course, fix that. That way it looks, that way you can't see it. So, just trying to clean up all that stuff. So here I am testing. And as you can see now, he can go through the whole house. He's going up all the stairs. I even sent him into the little bathroom area there, and as you can see, it all worked. So I ended up taking the cheat off, the constrained floor elevation off. That way it didn't mess anything up. That way nothing, I didn't want to do it again. I didn't want to mess something up. So here is what I kind of thought would be neat to have, like a little canning area. This is kind of like, to me, seemed like a basement area is kind of what I took it as. So I used the canning station. I believe that you get, I gosh, I want to say it comes from the mill from the store content, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I know it's in the store content, and this is the canning stove, so I think it's from the mill. I'm probably wrong. I don't know. So I thought that kind of would look really, would look nice. And for some stupid reason, those lights wouldn't go to the wall. I don't know what was wrong with the wall and why they didn't want to go there, but we got them figured out anyway. And so we're just working on this room. I kind of make it I even use little cobwebs from the the Now and Then Manor comes with some cobwebs. I thought, you know what, this is kind of like a basement area. At least, that's kind of what it looks like. And cobwebs will look, I thought, would look really good here. Definitely needed to get some cobwebs in, so I had cobwebs and all kinds of miscellaneous things in this room to kind of make it look like an area where you would do storage. And I had found in here somewhere it was a thing of, looked like baskets or containers of fruits and vegetables and things like that. So I thought, you know what, if you're going to be canning, you're probably going to have all kinds of like containers holding all your fruits and vegetables. And then those pots that I hang right there, that's also store content. I really couldn't tell you where it came from. I have no idea. So right there where you see those containers of all those fruits and vegetables, and of course your milk cartons, I believe come from the store content that has the cows. I don't know what it's called, the cow corral or whatever it is. I believe is where you'll get those milk cartons from. So there's a little bit of store content. I think this room is the only one I use that stuff in. I don't think I put any other store content anywhere else. So if you download this, I'm pretty sure about the only thing that's going to be different is going to be the basement area. And there's those cobwebs. Oh, they actually look really cute. I like they really add something to this build, having some cobwebs down there. And just a little, I put a table and chair because if anybody's ever done any canning, it actually takes a while once you put it in your, whether you're using a pressure canner or doing the hot water bath, they gotta sit there in that for quite some time. So I thought originally that I'd put a table and chair there, for someone to relax while they're waiting. And then I was going through and I seen the clothing on the rack. I was like, you know what, that's much better. I mean, if you're back in the olden days, you would have hung your clothes up. You wouldn't have had a dryer, so you would have hung your clothes up instead. And then just some more like towel rack things. I'm not sure what those are, and I don't know if they're store content or not. They're the first time I've ever used them, so I have no idea. A lot of the stuff in this basement area is the first time I've ever actually used them. I just never had a reason to use them. So here we're moving on, and I thought it would be nice to have kind of like a official foyer, I guess, area to the house, and that's kind of what that ladder is at. I don't do a whole lot of decorating in it, just a little bit. Like I said, it's kind of like your entry area, so it's closed off to the rest of the house. That way all the musky smell and everything else from the basement doesn't come up into the rest of the house. I guess that's kind of what I was thinking. And yes, there are some lights dangling. That's just so I can see what I'm doing. I do remove them and it's all lit up in candlelight. So here I thought it would be best to have all my staircases to be enclosed. and they kind of look, I think they look really neat. If you position the camera to where you can see into the room, and all you can see is those stairs, and you can see that they're starting to curve around. I just think that looks really neat from a Sims point of view. This very first room when you walk into is the living room. And basically, I really don't like the stand that TV sits on. So I just kind of merged it inside of another table instead. Is all I really did right there. So just getting some of the furniture out, and this portion of the video is about done. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to watch the creation of Rapunzel. That'll be in the description below, and part 2 will also, once it's uploaded, be in part 2 as well, or down in the description as well. Don't forget to finish watching. Watch that one. All your download links and everything will be in part 2. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.